I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll fight
for my brothers. We can go to war. Fighting for my father, I will give my life for. I feel so alone in this white man's world. Whip it in the kitchen, watch that white turn pearl. Standing on the corner, standing on my phone. Standing with my gangsters, but I'm standing on my own. If you got to be alone, split you like you be alone. Sacrifice my life, understanding each his own. Toast to the keys of success. Bel Air rose on my breath. I've been a student since '03, and we can fight till we see peace.
I fight like that. 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 I fight like that.
Let me holler at you for a minute, give you game. Real scrappy, love the bottom, Buddha bang. Trigger happy, and everybody in the game. You shot your family and didn't even know it, man. Same rules, same code, with a different slang. Struck him out, and now they took him out the picture frame. Mama, don't cry, we gon' get by. 2 weeks later, got killed in a drive. Why must we fight amongst each other? Reach one, each one, teach one, my brother. I teach them how to fight on the grass and in the class. Snoop Dogg, all stars, yes sir, they coming fast. D1, football, we won. Now proud of my son, Lil Snoop, yes sir, cause he won. Right on, SC, fight on. We 100, keep it coming, dip, slip, slide on, light on.
I fight like that. 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 I fight like that.
Watching the warriors, the story of the rebels. You from the ghetto, did you know never to settle? I'm shooting common on the streets, I'm a pharaoh. Battling in African-American apparel. Fists on a t-shirt, youngins doing street work. Grinding till they teeth hurt, that's because they need work. Working till the feet hurt, trying to get my soul right. Used to be on old bikes, serving them that cold white. Wars in the winters, the block is hot in summers. Today's mathematics, we know it's strength in numbers. To the bosses and the runners, the hustlers and the stunners. We fight for the hundreds, we fight for the one that's
He fights with the heat. He fights with the sleet. He said, I am who I am. I can't be beat. Nobody has won a war against me.
I fight like that, 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 I fight.
All of the nations of the earth as we speak are angry. They're angry because governments cannot suffice the needs of their people. They're angry because a few have gotten wealthy at the expense of the many. And the poor and the sick and the weak and the unlearned multiply. and the value of their lives are diminished by the rich and the powerful, so that when human life is devalued, that in the eyes of man you are unworthy of the gift of life, then it is easy for another human being to take the life of another human being that he or she has devalued. Black life in America is devalued. Hispanic life is devalued. Even poor white life is devalued. There's a way that I have to behave. I'm free, but I'm not free to rob you of yours. I'm not free to take from you what does not belong to me. So if I will construct my life according to these righteous principles, then between man and man, man and woman, peace. Between race and race, peace. Between rich and poor, peace. We have our beautiful Mexican family. This once was theirs. So you can't say to them they are aliens. That's a horrible word to use for former owners. I see my indigenous family here. Many tribes, but they're really one great nation of people that now must be reunited with themselves. So it's their time now, as well as ours, that God would intervene in our affairs and bring the bottom rail to the top. The government is not rehabilitating soldiers. When they send you away to kill. When you come home, they gotta reconstitute you for civilian life again. Make sure you have a job so you can take care of your family, but they're not doing it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, a woman can do anything that a man does, and the only thing he forbids the woman to do is the thing that degrades her. So how high can you go? High as you want to. Why would God allow the female to wear his attributes if you can't be a manifestation of that attribute? Women, you got to be set free. What God has put within you must be cultivated, must be developed, and must be used for the advancement of a nation and a world. I said to myself, Mr. President, why the hell don't you go to the wicked police department? Why the hell don't you stand up and tell them that your killing of black youth and brown youth is not gonna hold no more? Why don't you stand up? God's world is in need of a truth that will set up a government where everybody can live in peace under real freedom
real justice, and real equality. You're not going to get everywhere you want in life without writing your visions down, without having them in front of you. I tried that and it didn't work, and I tried that and it didn't work, and I tried that and it didn't work, and I tried that and it didn't work, because you think that trying something for a little while ought to bring you a big return. But life does not work like Apple. Life does not click and it appears. Some stuff takes time. Greatness takes time. It takes time. You got to be prepared to get 1,000 no's to get one yes. The thing you need to win is resilience. You can't just be trying different stuff, because you can never say something didn't work when you didn't have try. Be resilient. Stick it out. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Resilient. Now, in order to have territory, you have to have ownership. And the problem with you is that you might own territory that you don't even realize. That God has given you certain things up under your auspices and up under your authority that you've got to be prepared to fight for. The thing you've been waiting on is coming. How you react to challenges tells whether you are wise or foolish. And you will never completely be healed or whole until you change the voice inside of your own head. I mean, look, it's not a gimmick. Vision boards are very real. You have to understand that. You have to understand all successful people have them. You're not going to get everywhere you want in life without writing your visions down, without having them in front of you. It's a scripture. This is not a theory that Oprah Winfrey came up with. This is a biblical scripture. God set it in place where you could have the life of your dreams. He put it in place. There is a way that you can have the life of your dreams. You just have to learn the principles of success. Now, they got all these books out here, but all these books on self-help and success, they're based on the principles from the Bible. Ain't nobody coming up with no new stuff. Proverbs got all that information in it. All of that information is in Proverbs. You ain't got to look no further. But since Proverbs is hard to understand, people have self-help books like The Magic of Thinking Big, Power of Positive Thinking, The Winner's Circle, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. All this stuff come out of the Bible. There is a scripture, Habakkuk 2:2. It says, write the vision and make it plain, so that he who reads it will run to it. And even though it tarry means take a long time, wait for it, for surely it will come at an appointed time. That's in the Bible. That ain't in the rich people's copy. That's in everybody's Bible. The problem is everybody don't do it. But it's right there. But you got to do it. I'm just telling you, if you don't do it, it's too hard. It's almost impossible. That vision board has changed my life. Everything I put on my vision board, I get. Everything. Now, you have to understand something. It's not going to come when you want it to come. It comes at an appointed time. That's the trick. But the appointed time is what throws people off. Because when you ask God for something, he sends it. He ships it immediately. As soon as you ask him something, you really believe he'll do it? He boxes it up and he ships it to you immediately. The problem with the package is he never gives you the date that the package is going to arrive. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. Because if he told you the date that the package would arrive, it would destroy the requirement he has of all of us, which is faith. Faith is the belief in things that you cannot see. So if you ask God for $1 million and he tell you I'm gonna give it to you in March of 2020, you wouldn't need no faith. You'd be talking to people crazy because you know in 2020, I'm finna be a millionaire.
But he sent $1 million as soon as you ask for it. But it's going to come at an appointed time. The problem is people stop waiting on the package. Then when it get to you, because he delivers only to Faith Street, when he delivers to you on Faith Street, but you done stepped off of Faith Street, you over here on I don't see how circle, he don't ship that. Instead of staying on Faith Street, you done stepped over here to I don't believe it Boulevard, or it took too long Avenue. Then the package come to Faith Street. It's just like the post office and FedEx. If you ain't there to receive it, it gotta go back. That's how it works, man. It ain't a magic trick. God is real fair and simple. That's how I got here, cause a vision book.
As long as you stay over there and this stays over here, everything will be all right. But the moment you try to break away from where you came from and take over new territory, that's when all hell breaks loose in your life. You need to abort every voice that said you can't do it, you can't have it, you can't be it, you'll never get up, you'll never survive. The devil is a lie. Abort that thing. Push it out. Oh, it ain't gonna be no Holyfield fight dancing around. Oh no, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna kick you in your eye. I'll fight like a wild animal. I didn't come this far to let you take my stuff. You have accepted some things as normal and adjusted your way of life to accommodate something that was never meant to be. If you don't possess what's yours, the enemy will possess your land. See, when you start running from one thing, you're going to keep running from everything. That's why you need to stop running and face whatever you got to face and deal with whatever you got to deal with. Because if you run from Pharaoh, you're going to run from the serpent, you're going to run from love, you're going to run from life, you're going to run from responsibility, you're going to run. When are you going to stop running?
And then one day, I came out and a hush went across the audience because it must have been something about me that indicated that I had come to myself. And Mr. Washington had been practicing with me to give a presentation. And I looked at the audience and I said, I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dull by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to face the world boldly and say, this I have done. Girl stood up and said, that's my boyfriend, honey. I like me some Les Brown, baby. But I didn't start off like that. You have something special. You have talents and abilities in you that you don't even know. So how do we begin to create wealth? Let me give you some ideas. Number one, write this down, knowledge. What knowledge that you have in this economy, part of what we need, that people are willing to pay you for that. Next is talent. What talent? Dion's talent is playing football. I didn't have that as a talent. My talent is talking. To me, my definition of success is doing what you love to do and find somebody to pay you to do it. You want to master your talent. Find out what it is that you love to do. I love to talk. Scripture is another key that says to us of what we need to do to begin to develop ourselves. Luke 12:34, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So what do you love to do? And then explore ways in which you can earn a living doing that. Cooking, writing, painting, working with numbers, working with people. The other thing is, not only must you have knowledge, talent, some skill, but the other thing that's important, faith to act on whatever your dream is. See, if you don't believe in yourself, how many people you know that have a lot of talent, a lot of abilities, but they don't believe in themselves? Raise your hands. See, that faith is very important. So the faith to act on those dreams, those desires. Here's scripture that I like very much. Proverbs 16 chapter, 3rd verse. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Commit means to carry into action deliberately. Commit means to make it happen no matter what. See, when you make a commitment, I'm going to become wealthy. When you make it important, when you decide I'm going to do it no matter what, life changes for you. See, most people don't keep their commitments to their commitments. That's why they lead lives of poverty, lives of misery, lives of unhappiness. Socrates said the uncommitted life isn't worth living. So part of what you must do, whatever commitment, whatever covenant you make with God while you're here, to go back to be a better father, to go back to make a difference in the community, to go back to change your life, to decide not to ever to use drugs or alcohol again, to decide that you're going to begin to recreate yourself, that you're going to be reborn to a new state of consciousness. Whatever commitment that you make, keep your commitment to your commitment. No matter what. If it's hard, then do it hard. But keep your commitment to your commitment.
Ready for Revolution, and welcome to another broadcast of Classes in Session. I'm your brother and friend, Brother Eric Teray Muhammad. I welcome you this great morning, and I'm so happy and honored to share with you our platform and share the platform with one of our fellow wealth building brothers who will be to you momentarily, Brother Anthony Grandville. So I'm very honored and grateful that he'll be with us this morning, and he's going to share with us the story behind the story. You know, every life has a backstory. Every life has a backstory, folks. And this is the opportunity to hear the story behind the story, to show that you're not by yourself, to show that you are part of a community where each individual, there's more to us than we have been allowed in some points or willing to even recognize to share. So before we get to that, we're going to get to two brief housekeeping rules, and then we're going to bring our brother on. Okay. Number one, as soon as I can find it, there you go. Have you paid yourself first lately? See, in the day that we're coming into and the monumental roller coaster that we'll be on this week, meaning coming up to that crest and coming down to that rapid, what's the word I'm looking for? Velocity to lift you up into the other launch. I'm telling you, you want to save at least 1/10 of a gram of gold every day. Every day. That's a cup of coffee. That's a little donut you be hiding, looking healthy, and then you go out to you leave your office, or you leave your workspace, or you leave the house. Tell me, I'm just going to check the mail, and you go to pick it up at the drive-thru somewhere. Save that declining paper dollar. Save that receipt, as Brother Wendell will tell all of us, and exchange it for gold. Don't save the receipt, exchange the receipt. Save it for gold. Pay yourself first. And of course, everyone should be a part of this. This is the 25th of this month. This is Saturday, this coming Saturday. All right. It's a tribute in honor of Mr. Tyrone and Miss Valerie Best. They'll be on the scene, as well as Miss Cheryl Ann Gober. Willie Brown will be doing the entertainment, along with the spoken word stellar stars. Okay. This is known as the Talent Appreciation Showcase and Poetic Runway, sponsored by Calfani Radio International Network. Get your tickets. Registration is only $10, and you can go to www.calfanievents.com, www.calfanievents.com. All right. Now that we got that out the way, I would like to bring before you our brother and friend this fine morning, Brother Anthony Grandville. Ready for Revolution. How you doing, soldier?
I am outstanding. I am impressed. I am blown away. I am blown away from that intro video. I tell you, I realized I didn't bring any napkins. I'm ready to cry already.
Well, look, you brought so much joy and so much honor to the legacy of wealth building through what you were just willing to share. And we're going to get into not just the song, but with your permission, we want to get into those aspects of your life that you're willing to share, because again, everybody has a story. Family, we're going to move right into this beautiful rendition, and let's go.
Let's go.
Classic. Go. Go.
One day I was hanging out in Atlanta, and who did I see? Dr. Harold Constantine side. Always dressed to impress. Hooked up with Hall of Famers, and then Michael and Mao. Pushing a range, nothing strange. The people, let's go to Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Do you wanna go? Where you trying to go? Downtown to the Cab Bars, baby. To the Cab Bars, baby. Tell me yes, or tell me no. Tell me because, baby, I got to go back down to the Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. You should move your fanny, dress like it's the Grammys. Going back to basics with Shirley and Tammy. First I told my mama, father, uncles too, my brother, sister, cousin, friends. Go to Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Big Bill and Burger Tekin, Taylor gave me checking. You better get the stacking, Gladiators racking. Go to Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Some will, some won't. So what? Somewhere, someone. You ready to register at the Cab Bars, baby? It's the only game in town. To the Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. When Double A be talking, nobody walking. It's like we go to church, to Gordon, Dr. Spartan. Of course you see Tanisha, and also Lady Lisa, the Thompson twins and friends. It's kind of hard to miss us at the Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Do you wanna go? Where you trying to go? Downtown to the Cab Bars, baby. To the Cab Bars, baby. Tell me yes, or tell me no. Tell me quick, cause baby I got to go back down to the Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. To the Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Now quitters never win, and winners never win. One thing we know for sure, we too legit to split. For love, I'm moderated. We tolerate no hate. So stick and stay, as I would say, getting pretty lit. All right. If you're with me, what's your profession? From Mississippi to LA to DC to UK, Austin to Boston, Houston to Tucson, New York to Stuttgart, Hong Kong and so on. K-Town, Yo Town, my town, write it down. Cab Bars, baby. Cash Go, baby. KBC, baby. K1, baby.
Come on, somebody.
We got this. What's up?
What's up?
Wow.
All right. You with me?
Oh, you know that. Oh, you got to be with me.
Woo! Family, y'all give it up for Brother Anthony Grandville for putting us on the map.
Come on, man.
Man.
You doing it like that to me? Putting y'all on the map? Oh my goodness. We're talking about you got to start with Hal Sykes and go to Mr. Todd Best and Michael Darko. Yourself. I mean, come on. Putting us on the map. Ooh, that's all right. Okay. All right. Be ready to stand in your, All right, I'm ready.
That's right. We're going to get into the genesis of that, but I don't want to lose a point that was mentioned in the video that we played earlier with Steve Harvey and TD Jakes. I want all of us to look at it because as many times I read it, it never resonated with me. Habakkuk, the book of Habakkuk 2:2, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, "Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain on tablets so that a runner may read it."
Make it plain, didn't he? Oh my God.
So a runner may read it.
Yes, sir. Well, ooh, you know, that's my story. Seems like I've been running since the womb. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, give it to us, brother. Come on, talk to us a little bit so we know more about Brother Anthony.
You know, well, I don't really know where to start. It's been rolling over in my head since you asked me. And I've been like, where do I start? Because I don't want to be here for 84 hours. But at the same time, it starts like this. I mean, you know, as you see behind me there, I don't know, you see the letters BZE, whatever. I'll start there because that's what was placed in my heart years ago. But it started from a tragic situation that led to the realization of what I needed to do. And sometimes you just have to be interrupted.
Okay.
What I mean by that, and that's what I like about Care Bar. This is an interrupter. A lot of people think that a lot of things they're doing is the right thing to do, but then when you have to pump the brakes and realize that, hey, I'm going the wrong way, I got to do something different. So I'll just start back with the music since that's what kind of led us here a little bit. And I am so eternally grateful for this opportunity and you asking me to be a part of this classes in session. Oh my God, it is huge. But my wife couldn't even believe it. But I'll just start back with the fact that my original and first dream, my baby, has always been music, you know. And from being in talent shows in high school and always, you know, wanting to let that be a part of my life. I used to try to run from it and use anything in life as an excuse, like a lot of people do. When I first got into the military, I was like, well, I'm in Germany now. They sent me to Wild Flick in Germany, and Wilfleck in Germany, and then stationed in Bad Kissing. I said, well, I'm in Europe. Nobody does music in Europe. I'm just do. But then I meet Kid Capri, and I meet, you know, Michael Hasselhoff, Knight Rider, you know, and he's the #1 guy out there. And I'm like, okay. So then I said, well, I'll wait till I get back to the States and I'll do this, that, and the third. But prior to that is where everything began. I had this accident one night and woke up a few days later. And oh my God. Yeah, that accident right there, believe it or not, that was a 4-door car. And also, believe it or not, there were 2 of us in there. And when I woke up a few days later and they explained to me that I had an accident, I asked an immediate question. I was like, Lord, why am I here? What did you save me for? How did this happen? And just as plain as I'm talking to you today, he said, get busy.
Wow, go ahead.
I said, get busy. And I'm going to just show those letters once again. BZE. I said, get busy. I said, doing what? He would not give me an answer. He just said, you would find out. So me and my little mortal self, I said, well, let me figure out if it's the medical field. I always wanted to be a doctor. Let me get my white lab coat. So I started going to different schools. I'm in urology school. I'm in surgery school. I'm in radiology school. I'm in EMT school. I'm in paramedic school. I'm all over the place trying to become that doctor. Okay, all right. So then I get to California. And I'm like, well, I'm in Monterey. LA is way down there. But then they were trying to send me down there for the Rodney King riots and whatnot. I said, well, I don't want to go there for that. But however, that's down south of me. Mm-hmm. But then around the same time, I got introduced in around 92 to the big A, as Mr. Best always say, the big A. And then I started learning things about the big word called residual income.
Go ahead.
And then I started hearing self-help books, as they called it back then. Self-help as far as Think and Grow Rich, and my favorite book, Instant Millionaire, and different things of that nature. And I'm like, oh, this is helping me develop me, who I need to be. But of course, I could never be a millionaire or have any access like these double diamonds and triple crowns and all these other people in this business. But, it sounds good. So I kept working and pursuing my career in Downton music. And then I got sent to Seattle. Didn't know that was another music mecca until after I got there. And I'm in Seattle. LA's down there, and I'm in the medical field. I'm in the Army. But then I took a part-time job working in the King Dome and the Tacoma Dome, and they stick me in Janet Jackson's locker room. They stick me in the Seattle Seahawks locker room. They they put me at the security gate, Budweiser Superfest for heavy duty. I'm like, oh my God. And I said, okay, I made a decision. The colonel of the hospital was second in charge. He was like, I hear you're trying to get out of the military. What are you going to do? If you stay here, you're definitely welcome to take vacation, come back and take your urology surgery position in the hospital and be a civil servant, work for the government until you feel like it. I said, no, my wife and I are going to move to Atlanta. I'm going to follow my dream and I'm going to do music and I'm going to get out of here. He said, well, I'm talking about a 40-year full bird colonel. I'm working with him. And he's like, okay, but the offer still stands. We moved to Atlanta and I didn't know anyone. I said, okay. But that night I moved to Atlanta, I met a guy working at Delta Airlines and he told me where to go and apply. And I started working at Delta. I met a manager. I started performing all over Atlanta. But I'm still trying to figure out how do I get busy? I'm still saying, what do I need to do to get busy? And so then I said, well, all I know is military and medical. I got into transportation. I got into financial services with AIG. I got into IT with network marketing. Network technology and building computers and all that other good stuff. I was just evading myself with time and overload myself because I felt like I was on borrowed time from the jump.
Wow.
From the accident.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I had to stop in action and define what get busy meant. And I had to define what it meant to me. And to me, long story short, matter of fact, I found this a little few days ago. This is my first demo that I did when I got here. Right? Trying to follow my dream. But however, over the course of 25 years, this was one of my latest past products that I put out. As you see the years, right? But I show that to show this. You don't know what the time space is for your dream, what God put in place for you to do. So that was a lot of work for me to do. And I've come to realize that BZE to me meant below zero entertainment, beneath nobody but God, because that's who I've been listening to. That's who's been directing my path. That's been the one who's been ordering my steps. And then me trying to be great in my family, be great as a father, be great as a worker, and be great as a writer. I also realized that God wanted me to be great in another something that's bigger than myself, and that's where Carrot Bars International walked into my life, and that's a story within itself. Because over my trials of trying to make it in the music industry, not only did I meet a lot of great individuals, but my pastor, Mr. Bishop John Sidney Battle, who used to play for the Atlanta Hawks. His wife is also Grammy Award winner Regina Bell. So I learned a lot from her. I had a chance to go to New York and work with Jam Master Jay before he passed. And there he introduced me to Mr. 50 Cent. And when I got here, I run into Mr. Father MC. All these things just falling in place. And I'm like, okay, I'm seeing your work. But what am I to do? He's putting all these people in my path. But what am I to do? And my church friend, Ms. Rhonda Gail Turner, she introduced me to Carrot Bars by simply posting online that, this is an opportunity for you to save, go, and gain assets and make money. And it was a picture of a niece. She had knee surgery. So I was like, let me see what's going on with our church member. And it was her video link. I said,
she baited you, huh?
Yeah. I was concerned, out of concern. And now I was more concerned. I was like, oh my God. But you know, it led me to understanding what I need to do and why I was here. And in my efforts to always want to help people and help others, I felt in my spirit, let me help my little self, let me help Mr. Harold Sykes move some of this gold product. And that's something, right? But going back to the residual aspect of it, I always wanted to have something for my kids that I learned from the Big A, that they said Elvis Presley was still getting paid for his family from the movies and music that he did when he was alive. So all I knew was the story of Elvis Presley and residual income. Well, I started doing Below Zero Entertainment, Busy World Music, and God said, okay, you did your thing, and I understand you respected me, but let me go ahead and do what you prayed for and asked for years ago. Now, now I'm able to really take care of my kids with the Grandville Bullion affiliate group, and every one of my kids have an account. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the residual income, the royalties, everything, just being open, being honest, and taking action. And even BZE was action to me by getting busy. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Best always say, take massive action. So in writing with the only game in town, I'm listening to the talent. I'm listening to the energy. I'm listening to the Let's Go Weekend presenters. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the power. I'm seeing. Oh, and another thing, when they went to Germany without me as a chief, I said, "Oh, they ain't going without me no more." Oh my God,
your old stomping ground.
Yes. I've been to Stuttgart, I've been to Nuremberg, I've been to, Würzburg, Frankfurt, all over the place. And here they are enjoying Europe without me, where it all started. So I said, I have to go Gold Directory Elite. So that massive action led me to talking about the only game in town. And in talking about the only game in town, I'm inspired by every name I put in there and even more. And if I didn't name your name, I made an innuendo towards you. I mean, there's Mr. Hal Sykes, there's Mr. Michael L. Dalco. There's so many names in there. And then being graced by Miss Sherry Brown to say that she liked it, I had to have her in there because I wanted people to feel the reciprocity of the energy that they feel at Let's Go Weekend. The joy, the energy, the timing, the feel, the love. I've listened to Dr. Patrice Gordon. I've felt the energy of Miss Lisa. I've seen the outstanding work of Miss Tanisha. I mean, the song itself, I can't even take credit for it because y'all gave it to me. So I have to give it to you guys. And
wow, what a blessing. Where's home for you originally?
Well, I was born in Chicago. Well, I have another song called It's On. Know that, It's On. And in the song, I say I'm a shot sipper. So I was born in the shot, raised in the sip, now I'm just thumping in the A. You know what I'm saying? So Mississippi was home where I was born, got my southern roots, where all this solid, cornbread fed came from. You know what I mean?
The girth.
Right. So, but however, the Chicago area, I had to kind of give some of my Chicago house music vibe in the song as far as Only Game in Town. With the hand clap where everybody could participate. Shout out, that's right, Mr. Wild. And I tell you, this is fun. You know what? I need to do more live streams. This is fun.
You absolutely do, and everyone does. Listen, family, let me just share this because this is a great point to interject.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Best always chides us to tell our stories.
Wow.
And he always talks about how stories sell, facts tell. You know, people don't necessarily want to know what you know. People want to know that you care.
Yes,
you see, and when you share of yourself, it speaks to another level of interest that piques the interest of the individual viewing or watching or listening, because there's something that they can relate to. You see, and everybody can relate to the man that I described to you all earlier last week as a miracle on 2 feet. That's Brother Anthony Grandville. All of us have a story. All of us have a legacy. But
glad you brought.
Go ahead, brother.
It reminds me of in my effort to try. I'm sorry, it started breaking up. I apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You said it reminds you of what now?
Okay. Okay. Wow. Chicago by way of Mississippi. That's what's up. Sip in the house. When you were speaking about sharing and caring, you know, it reminds me of I have a close friend of mine that passed. He's also an author, and we did a lot of things from 1st grade through 12th, all the way through. And he also became an author for this book called When Can I Get Naked? And that book right there, and one of the main poems, it's a book of poetry. And one of the poems that inspired me is the title one. And it shocked me that as we were speaking, and of course he signed it for me and all that other good stuff. But he shared with me that thank you, Ms. Sherry Brown, you as well. He shared with me that I had given more, he had learned more in his life from me than I was thanking him for this book and this book of poetry. And that he shared that I had given more to him, his life, than I knew about or would ever know. And he also left me with, he says, you bless my life more than you'll ever know. May God bless us, keep raining down on you like never before. And he left me the scripture, Luke 22:31 through 32. And I read that as well. And it was about come back for your brothers. But I know. But here's the thing. If you wouldn't mind, let me just show you some of that caring that this one keeps me focused on when can I get naked. If you don't, if you
please come on with it, brother. Come on with it.
If I can share with you about our author, Mr. Ken Blocker, said, when can I get naked? Being naked is a word many have heard, but don't seem to understand. How can I open up, take off all my clothes, and reveal myself to another man or a woman for that matter? I think it's time to scatter these feelings that keep me bound inside, constantly putting on layers of clothes, earnestly trying to hide. Why am I hiding? What does this mean? Can I get naked, or is it just a dream to one day be free and show the world that no one can beat me being me? As I look in the mirror at this naked body on display, I can see all the pain and scars that caused the decay of my mind. That is all that is wrong with me. The devil is trying to destroy my mind and ruin my destiny. You see, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So I see myself being free. Now, the only way to stop me from reaching my goal is to poison my mind, my body, and my soul into thinking that because of my past, quit, give up, you cannot last. What you've hidden and covered up will come back and bite you. But hold up, wait 1 minute or two. You see, I'm not ashamed anymore of what I've been through, because what I've survived is only to bless you. Can this be a testimony of his saving grace to spread throughout the human race? Yes, I think it is, my friend. This fight is fixed, and guess what? I win. Why then should I keep on these clothes? I'm not afraid anymore of being exposed. Through Jesus Christ, I've been set free. I've admitted my faults, so go on, get up off me. I am that I am, and I can't seem to fake it, so I hope you can handle seeing me naked. I'm sorry.
Woo! May God be pleased. Oh, about to go burlesque on us. Watch out now. Watch out now.
I tell you, it's on. Wow. I'm telling you, it's on.
May God be pleased with the writing and that soul. Because, brother, I'm telling you, that is simply amazing to us all. To us all. Where do you see the future of Karatbars, the wealth builders that are here? What would you say to inspire or encourage?
Well, I would say this in reference to the song and Karatbars. As a writer and as a singer, everybody inspires. I look out at cars and they're passing by and they're at the red light and they're bumping their head to the music and whatnot. I used to say, what is a way I wish I could get into every single car I ever pass or ever see at a red light or is ever driven on the street all over the world? Well, in my infinite little efforts of trying to accomplish that, the only game in town, hopefully they will be playing that song. But I wrote that song in efforts that everyone will have a copy of it. Everyone would share that song. Everyone would follow up with the overview for Wealth Builders Worldwide and then tell their story. So the only game in town has its own message. The map has its plan. The Karatbars International is going well beyond anything I ever could imagine when I saw that link. And I think God has already prepared me for it, which is why he sent me to network technology school. So I understand the IT portion of it. I understand the networking for it when we had me in the big A. I understand the financial aspect of it when he put me in AIG as an insurance salesman. And I understand the networking of friends and exposure when he allowed me to create Below Zero Entertainment, BZE, for the busy world. It's a busy world. Don't get lost. So as far as Karatbars is concerned and Wealth Builders Worldwide, I think it's a perfect triangle. I think it all links together and you can't have one stand without the other. I think everything needs to be propped up and go forward together, hand in hand, and use your talents, use your skills, come up out of your dream. I don't know. I wrote a list of things. Ty Best says, give yourself time to succeed, take massive action. That was my effort of taking a little bit of massive action, because after about the 20th of this month, I believe the song will be available on all platforms, as far as Spotify, as far as YouTube, as far as Rhapsody, as far as you name it, it'll be available. I'm going to see if I can talk to Dr. Berger and see if I can get it. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. You guys are a riot. I love you. Oh, yeah, it's a busy world. Don't get lost. But I tell you, it's one of those things that there's enough. I learned one thing about money and gold and everything. It's enough for everybody. And when there's more, and just like Mr. Dalco always talk about abundance, there's never an underabundance of oxygen or trees or water or different things of that nature. For such a time as this with Sharon Vicks, it's definitely enough for everybody. So get busy, stay busy. Let people know it's the only game in town. Let people know you have a web link that you can share. Let them know you're here to help you. Let them know there's other people that's available to help them. Let them know that the class is in session. Let them know.
Yes.
Let them know that we're trying to tell them. And my shirt says, "Hey, did you get some today? And if you're not, do you want some?" And the answer is gold. We got it. So it's a matter of, when you know what you want, and like I heard from the power call that a lot of people was talking about. I forgot who the speaker was, but they said that your dream will put you in the action of your purpose. Or something. I probably murdered that.
Wow.
But for me to take action years ago on following my dream in music led me to being here today with Karatbars International, Wealth Builders Worldwide, with a song that you have fashionably called the anthem. That shocked me. I was like, what? I don't know if people even like it, but I'm going to go forward anyway in faith. And here we are. But I'm following my dream and my passion. And like the funding my dream lady say, I'm trying to find busy world. I'm finding busy world with pure gold, and my kids will have everlasting royalties and residuals from everything I do as long as I'm alive. And if I can help the next person That's all I'm trying to do. That's why I got in the medical field. That's why I got in the financial services field. That's why I got in the transportation field. That's why I got in the IT field. And that's why I became a Karatbars gladiator. And I just want to help people and let them know that, thank you, Mr. Shahid Ali. This is and Mr. Voorhees, you will definitely get copies. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude and respect for everybody that's really responding to this song, because everything in that song came out of you guys, and I just put it in a format. And
you definitely represent us well. There's no doubt about it, brother. No doubt about it. Before we go to our housekeeping rules to close out the session, any closing comments for the family?
I'd just like to say now is the time to really focus on your dream, your mission, your legacy, and your activity, because the world is looking for what we have. Classes in session. We're trying to let you know about the only game in town. We got the shirts out there saying we tried to tell you. I mean, nothing we're doing is surprising anybody as far as activity. Everybody is on high alert of awareness. So we need to let them find that signal or that beacon of light, like a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. They're looking for somewhere to safely plant their feet, and we know we have that platform for them to stand on. So I would say, hey, tune into the Let's Go weekends, tune into the tuning, tune into the classes, share your links. Definitely check with BZE World online. Look for Anthony Grandville for the music. Just Skype only game in town. I will be putting out links as soon as I get everything from the manufacturer where you can find the song as well.
Now, in terms of your BZE online, what is the web address?
Right now, I did
still in development.
Yes, I'm redeveloping. It was bzeworld.com, but now you can just search Anthony Grandville and you'll find everything I do. Honestly, but or BZE World. But however, a lot of things have been being reconstructed because I had totally, and that brings about another point. I know I'm running over time, but
go ahead, brother. You're fine.
I know, a lot of people say have singleness of purpose and focus. So I had actually kind of put my music on the shelf to focus on Karatbars, and I was like, okay, I know what I want. I know what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to be duplicatable. But however, I got this burning desire that, I got something to say. I want to do music. I want to get back in the studio. I want to get back into manufacturing. I want to get back into distribution. I'm ready to get back on stage. I'm ready to get back on the microphone. And you know what I mean? And so what's in you, you can't hide and you can't compress it. So I said, okay, well, what if I combine the two? My dream, my passion, and my efforts. And so I'm feeling like in a weird position to be doing music and talking about busy world music when I know the focus is Karatbars and being a VIP and getting your multi-gold package and all that other good stuff. But me and Mr. Willie Brown, we talk a lot, and we're both like, hey, let's do these branding cards. Let's let these artists know that not only are you getting gold, but you're getting assets. Let's let the world know that they can still fund their dream.
That's right.
You're exactly right. Let them know that you can do what you need to do and not get lost in the shuffle of trying to figure out what your portfolio look like, figuring out if your 401k is losing money, find out if your job's still hiring you, find out if you it simplifies so much that it allows you to breathe. It allows you to relax, focus, dream, and enjoy. And I'm having fun. I'm not having a day of work in my life in Karatbars. I hadn't worked yet.
Talk to the world, brother. Tell us like it or not.
Matter of fact, when I do go to work, I don't even think about work. I'm thinking about how I can make money with Karatbars while working. And that right there lets me know that I've arrived at the right place at the right time with the right mission. And like the mission statement from Dr. Harold Seitz, He said he want to put gold in the hands of honest people, and I consider myself an honest person, and I'm enjoying this.
Mm-hmm.
I am enjoying this.
And in closing, family, we know that we can't choose carrot bars.
No.
There's the anointed and the appointed. Dr. Sykes is clearly anointed. There's no doubt about it. And he has appointed us to make the ministry of wealth building known.
Yes, sir.
So Brother Anthony Grandville, we thank you so much, brother, for the honor, the privilege, and pleasure to hearing a little bit of your miracle. And it resonates with all of us because there's a miracle path. There's a crash. There's something in all of us that left us sleep in a coma for many days.
Yes, sir.
And then someone touched us. Not something, but something through someone touched us.
Yes, sir.
And we're here today. And none of us should take that for granted. I don't think any of us on this line or anyone watching does. And I want to just thank you for adding another level, another layer to our ability to strive and thrive. Everyone give some virtual ups and hand claps and shout, stand on your virtual feet, kick it. Grandville. At the conclusion of the program, we're going to play it one more again. We're going to let it take us on out. But I'm telling you, this has been a great honor to hear some of this story and watch my brother, the miracle, walking on 2 feet.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I gave you the wrong slide earlier. I got so ahead of myself because, Brother Clues, I was reading the announcement, and I just, I felt like I was already there. So I started announcing things for the following week. But this Saturday, we will all be with Team Audacity. Okay, the Maryland, Virginia teams are putting together a wonderful event, and we are extra excited. We have the legendary dream maker himself, Mr. Ty Best. I'll be hanging around. I want to hear what everybody else got to say. Mr. Paul Stewart is our host. Boy, it's going to be on and popping. So it's a Zoom platform. The meeting ID is there. Anyone that has the ID, please list it in the chat. It's 8420-042-1234. You can also dial in on that day. Any additional information, I know you can reach out to all your wealth builders. We're going to make sure it's in all the events. Of course, you can always email cc but not the pizza @gmail.com. But wealth builders, take a screenshot of it and plaster it everywhere. It's going to be an amazing event. And tomorrow is the celebration. Tomorrow is the 25th quarter century anniversary of Mr. Ty Best as a free man in corporate America, free from corporate America, but free in the world indeed. So we are greatly honored. We're going to do something in great celebration tomorrow. I haven't quite put it all together yet, but the whole week should be about that man's dream, that man's mission, and what he's imparted to all of us. And we are grateful and we are honored. So again, he's allowing us to share in his world. Everybody's trying to get a piece of him this week. The party's over here, the party's over there, the party's over here. All of it's virtual, but it's all in love. So anywhere, anything you can, just jump on his page, share your congrats, your love for him. Thank him. We say a lot of things in the world, but very little time do we say thanks, except in the wealth building family. Wealth builders thank everybody. It's just an amazing community. So, brother, thank you so much. Okay, 10:45 this morning, we have the mighty Monday power call. I forgot it was Monday, but we're there today. Coach Dwayne Taylor is on the ones and twos, and at 12 noon, we have the noon presentation from our sister, Dr. Rhonda Hollins. It was a fabulous weekend this past weekend. Saturday, we did the tag session with Dr. Mueller, and the Hollins really brought the house down. All of us were amped and excited. Then many of you jumped over to join us at our presentation later that afternoon. Thank you all for the love and support. You're going to see great works coming out of those two platforms. And every Super Saturday, there's no Saturday, no activity in the world of wealth builders that you should not be a part of. There's no reason not to be a part of it unless you're doing it somewhere else. But we got to do it. We got to tell the world. 8 billion people in the world. 8 billion people in the world. So remember, you have the Mighty Power Call, 10:45 a.m. Our platform is www.goldrocks.info. That's the Eastern time I gave you, 10:45 Eastern. And then 12 noon Eastern, we jump into our world famous wealth building live presentation. Bring all your teams, bring your affiliates, bring your new affiliates, bring your guests, your family, friends, people who just don't understand you. Bring them on. Okay, and of course, as I mentioned, we will be there. Tomorrow is class in session, 6 p.m. Eastern, the 90-day run to wealth. You can text your full name, email address, and the message 90 to 404-246-5708. You can subscribe to the Eric Teray Muhammad YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. And of course, we're going to be in session as a Zoom platform. So send in information so we can get it out to you where we are. So that's an old slide there because you know that event is over. But boy, was it good. And boy, was it exhausting. Just the whole anxiety in building towards trying to put the best foot forward for our people. And it was exciting. It was awesome to do. It was so awesome that I had to come back and do a live stream after party. I was just all jacked up. I tell you, it was just amazing. I thank all of you for the support. And these are the kind of things that happen that allow us as wealth builders to never let the opportunity down by not letting us down. We share with each other, we support each other, we love on each other, and we do it equally across the board. There's no big eyes or little U's. This is truly a wealth building family. Hey, y'all give Sister Renee again a shout out. You know, she's been hiding. We know she around. She's just been sort of hiding, but now she made her presence felt. Brother Anthony, I don't know what you brought out, but you brought the Gant, baby.
Oh, look at that. Hey,
So family, thank you. We are out and we will see each other 9. I'm heading over to Sister Lakeisha McKnight. And then from there, I'll be heading to Brother Kansu Hotep Atom. He dropped an awesome power call this past Saturday. Man, I mean, he laid it down. He laid it down. And his whole week last week was on fire. I can't wait to see what he does today. And then again, the mighty, mighty power call with Coach Dwayne Taylor, 10:45 a.m. Eastern. Tell the world. Let them know. Tell it whether they like it or not. They'll come kicking and screaming, but they're going to come. So keep your vision in place. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Brother Anthony?
Oh, no, I'm just reading the screen. I'm sorry. Talking out loud.
All right. And just remember, yes, Brother Carlito, we showed the slide. And, you know, we did the slide of July 25th. And we'll be back again. Thank you, family. And we will see each other on the next live stream. Kafani Radio tonight, 8 p.m. is Abundance is Your Birthright with Sister Keturah and Sister Hafisa. So we're looking forward to it. All right, family, peace and power. Brother Anthony, thank you again. We're going to shut it down with him.
Yes, sir.
Much love. Much love.
Much love. Respect. See you. One.
Classic. Go. Cash. Go. KBC.
One day I was hanging out in Atlanta, and who did I see? Dr. Harold Constantine side, J.I.N.G. Always dressed to impress, but nevertheless hooked up with Hall of Famers. The time about that, bumped into Michael and Mo. Pushing a range, nothing strange. The cheap Alaska, go to Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Do you wanna go? Where you trying to go? Downtown to the Cab Bars, baby. To the Cab Bars, baby. Tell me yes, or tell me no. Tell me quick, 'cause baby I got to go back down to the Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. You should move your fanny, dress like it's the Grandville, going back to basics with Shirley and Tammy. First I told my mama, father, uncle, sister, my brother, sister, cousin, friends. Go to Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Big Bill and Burger taking, you better get the stacking. Gladiators racket, go to Cab Bars, baby. It's the only game in town. Some will, some won't. It's the only game in town. To the Cab Bars, it's the only game in town. When Double A be talking, nobody walking. It's like we going to church, the garden, Dr. Spartan. Of course you see Tanisha and also Lady Lisa, the Thompson twins and friends. It's kind of hard to miss. Let's get the Garrett Balls, baby. It's the only game in town. Garrett Ball, baby. It's the only game in town. Do you want to go downtown to the Garrett Ball, baby? Tell me yes, or tell me no. Tell me quick, cause baby, I got to go back down to the Garrett Ball, baby. It's the only game in town. To the Garrett Ball, baby. It's the only game in town. Now quitters never win, and winners never win. One thing we know for sure, we too legit to quit. We love our moderators, we tolerate no hate. So stay as I would say, getting greater later. Alright. If you win that, what's your perfection? DC to UK, Austin to Boston, Houston to Tucson, New York to Stuttgart, Hong Kong and so on, Cape Town, your town, my town, write it down, Garrett Ball, baby, let's go, baby, KBC, baby, K1, baby.
Come on, somebody.
Yo, Sherry.
What's up?
Thank you, Mr. Eric Ture Muhammad. Love you all over, Doc.
Thank you, family. Forward.
Good time. Get better. Be casual. One.